it certainly happened every time state bar regulations have been challenged in federal court. The state bars almost always lose on these cases because they've been pushing the envelope too much, as New York did in the case I gave you before. There's even calls to get rid of the commercial speech doctrine and just make advertising subject to strict scrutiny. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, but it gives you an idea of just how this momentum has continually been pushing to expand free speech rights. Now, I did say, though, that there are some specific areas that you do want to pay attention to, and specific areas that I hear attorneys having concern about. One that comes up all the time is testimonials. So the ABA model rules don't prohibit testimonials, but they do say, and different states will have slightly different tweaks on this, but they do say that if you're going to have testimonial advertising, that it should either contain a disclaimer or enough context. And this is a hard one, right? Because, I mean, these restrictions on testimonial advertising really relate to what would be traditional testimonial advertising, where the advertiser sort of gets a client to provide a testimonial. They may even write it for them and tweak it and then publish it themselves, pay to have it disseminated. Okay, that's traditional testimonial advertising. What the Internet does, though, with all of the rise of social media and product review sites and the like, is provide the ability for any users on their own to provide testimonials, to provide client reviews. And so, whether it's an endorsement on LinkedIn, and LinkedIn has just very recently changed their endorsement thing to make it even easier, and so there's been a wash of new endorsements going out in LinkedIn where people basically just endorse each other for different areas that the person claims to have expertise in, to reviews on Yelp, reviews on Avvo, endorsements on Avvo, reviews on Google Local, CityGrid. I mean, there's any number of places where people can leave reviews. And this is a very growing trend when it comes to professional services. And it's a bit of an aside, but it's something that professional services is probably where hotels were 10 or 12 years ago in terms of just getting started with feedback. And I know that there's a lot of angst amongst attorneys about how clients don't necessarily have the right context to be able to evaluate attorneys. We heard the same thing from hotels 10 or 12 years ago. I mean, there's this subjectivity that goes into the experience. But regardless of what concerns you may have about that, it is a growing trend. And it's only going to accelerate with the